I know Rita is not. Welcome everyone to Financial Fun Friday. You are welcome here on the broadcast and on Facebook Live. So thank you everyone for joining us. I am your host, Darlene Jenkins, and my co-host,
Dr. Rita B. Rowland.
Dr. Rita B. Rowland. And of course, this is being brought to you by Affordable Benefit Solutions, where we're always bringing you what's new and what's next. Okay, let's do what's next. So for those of you who are just joining us for the very first time, whether you're here on the broadcast, welcome, or you're on Facebook Live, please check in right now because we know you tune in from all over the country. So let us know where you're watching us from. But this is a webinar that we do at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the first and third Friday each and every month. And while we're on here broadcasting, we're also broadcasting live simultaneously on Facebook. Hi, Facebook. Welcome, everyone. Please check in live on Facebook as well. And what we do during this broadcast is that we just pull back the curtains so that you can get an in-depth understanding of not only your employer benefits, but also some of the best retirement preparation options. We're going to give you different financial tips and strategies. If you would like to join us here live on the broadcast, where when you talk, we talk right back to you. You can register at ritabrolandevents.com. Please, right now, take out your phone, go over to Facebook, follow us there. We're at Your AB Solutions. Please like us and join us there. And then for any broadcast you've missed, you can hop on over to YouTube and catch all of our old broadcasts there, or you can go to our website, right, Rita, and catch us over there as well. So please make sure when you go to YouTube, ring that bell so that you can always know when we're posting new content, because new content is always rolling in. And you can just keep up with your Financial Fun Friday team. So I see chats coming in. I see people joining us. Welcome. Please do a check-in, and I'm going to check in with Rita in a minute to see where you are watching us from.
But don't forget, y'all, I need y'all to tell me where you calling from. I see people from all over the United States, so check in. We'll be back in a minute.
Yes. So the whole purpose is just to help you understand your benefits, your money, your spending habits. And if you have not taken your money quiz to know what color is your money, because your money color actually dictates your spending habits. And so after we go through all of that, then we want to support and offer you solutions that are going to enable you to reach your financial destination. So Rita, where are we having our check-ins from?
We got Columbia, South Carolina. We got Nashville, Tennessee. We got Temple Hills, Maryland. We have Alabama. We have Upper Marlboro, and we have Washington, D.C. We got Oxon Hill. Thank you. Thank you for all those that are checking in. Hey, Jocelyn, that's our Crosslink Cavaliers sister right there. Welcome.
Go Cavaliers. Yes. But anywho, so let's move on. So before we jump into the meat of this webinar, I just want to let everyone know that the information that we present is going to be using a generic approach. And the reason we have to do that is that without having individual knowledge of everyone that's on here now that will watch us, those of you on Facebook Live, we don't know what your particular situation and needs are. So without having that information, we can't really get specific for you. But what we can do, if you reach out to your Financial Fun Friday team at 301-577-6340, any of the information that you see on here, we can customize it for you and your family. So please reach out to us. We're here as your community resource to give you all of the financial information, tidbits, and strategies that you can use to reach your financial destination. So apply the information that you hear on here where you feel it best meets your situation, and then give us a call so we can make sure it's custom to your particular situation. So thank you so much for understanding. And we just want to welcome everyone back, right, Rita? Because we went on vacation, much needed, and we are just so happy to be back. I see people saying, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much. And we're glad to be back.
Kind of, like we glad to see y'all. We glad to, because we love y'all, but Seychelles was like heaven. So I think I could, stay there another month, but we had to come back with that vacation. We call it the vacation of a lifetime. Our other best friend who planned it, Sophia, called it the vacation of a lifetime. But I tell you, me and Darlene had severe jet lag, and coming back from Darlene said it turned from a vacation of a lifetime to a recovery of a lifetime, man. When she put that in that text with us, I was falling out laughing. But it was the best vacation. But yeah, it took us almost a week and a half. Like we were falling asleep at 5, 6 o'clock in the evening and waking up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, texting each other like, you up? Yeah, I'm up. What you doing? So it was wonderful. One day if we ever see you guys, we'll share some pictures, but it was beautiful. Like it was majestic. It was everything and more. And it rained almost every day. And when a vacation is beautiful, even in the rain, I can't even imagine what that place. I want to go back just to see when it's not raining. It was life-changing. So if you ever get a chance to go, it's called Seychelles. It will change your mind.
Absolutely. And Rita, you said if we ever get to see them, we're going to show them some pictures, and we have some exciting news where we may get to see you if you decide you want to see us. Okay, so stay tuned. So this year's theme is financial fun. Excuse me. This year's theme is fiscal fitness. Fiscal meaning our money, getting our money some muscles. And so
she was over it, y'all, but it looked like she still got some jet lag in her.
Work with me, everyone. Yes, work with me. This is fiscal. We need some money. And guess what? We're at the beginning of the new fiscal year for the government. Had a little scare there, but we'll get more into that a little later. So yeah, we're just trying to get our money fit. And so with that in mind, guess what? We are also now in the fourth quarter of the year. So this is our fourth quarter check-in. And so we want to ask, where are we? What's going on right now? What factors can potentially continue to impact your finances? And more importantly, we're going to go over some things to consider moving forward. So,
and I think this is so important because we have been through so much over the last year and a half. And as we end this year, things are not as stable as many. There's still so many things that's up in the air. We still have to deal with so much. It's, with this COVID and taxes and budget cuts and unemployment and the moratorium on the mortgages are going to come up. It's going to be many people who are going to lose their apartments and foreclosures, and inflation is high. We've been to the grocery store. I told you the story. I don't know if I told you guys. I remember I went and bought my husband loved Beets and Watts turkey, and it was $9.99 a pound. And like 2 weeks later, I went to buy him some more, and it was like $11.99. Like, how did it go up 20%? So inflation is at an all-time high. The market is doing this roller coaster ride. We got the vax and the unvax and the fights, and it's a lot going on. But one of the things that we always talk about, there's things in the world that we can change, and there's some things in the world that we cannot change. Now, this is our platform. So because I'm a believer, we know that we can pray for some things. But when it comes to our finances, there's some things we can do from a natural perspective that we can take control of and begin to make sure that we're in good state. And what Darlene is about to talk about, it's like, what can you do to really check in on your own? And we can no longer, Darlene, which we've done for years, we can no longer turn a blind eye, everything's going to be fine. Because one of the things that this poet, Darlene, and I saw, Darlene, you can get it more right than me, but basically what she said, the fact that you don't understand a thing, or fact that you don't understand it or know anything about it doesn't change the fact that it's still a thing and it's still the truth. And so sometimes we have to elevate our consciousness and our understanding of the thing, so that we can really get to the truth and begin to make some changes. And so it's easy to block it all out because we don't want to deal with it, but it doesn't mean that it's still not impacting, if that makes sense. So I don't know if you remember her quote, the exact, I can't seem to get it right, but at the end of the day, the fact that you don't understand the fact doesn't change it, that it's still a fact.
Absolutely. That is a great paraphrase. And I am going to, because I remember taking a picture of that, Rita. And so I am going to go back and find it and we will share it verbatim. So let's get on with our fourth quarter check-in. You all ready? Do you have a pen and paper? Because you're going to need it today. And moving forward, we've been listening to you. You've been sending us in topics that you want to talk about, how you want to see things, on the platform change. So guess what? We're doing it. Do you have your notebook? You can get your Financial Fun Friday notebook. We're going to start going over more content. Rita and I are here as a resource, but we can't do planning for you. We have to do it with you. Okay, so you're going to need your notebook. You don't have a notebook, call us and we can get you one. So get out your pen, get out your paper, because we're going to be going over some information. So the first thing, where are we? That is not what we're supposed to be going over. So just excuse me for one moment.
But even though it's not, if you think about it, a year or so ago, we still here though. We still got some of these same issues going on, and unemployment is becoming even a greater number because people are not willing to go through what they're going through. So even though you ain't mean to, we still got social, we still got, these things are still happening. And that's what I was just talking about. There are things that are happening that we can control and some things that we can't. And these are some of the things that we can and can't control within this round. But Darlene's going to talk about, as we talk about these finances, these are the things that you can control, because being in a stable financial place can also help change all those other states.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so as the next screen shows, all of those things that Rita said, hey, they are still here. Every day we're inundated in the news about still the pandemic. It's important. People are still dying and our finances are still going on. So what are your financial goals? At the top of the year, we set out some goals, right? Do we set out some goals? Where are you? Yeah. Where are you right now? This is the last quarter of the year. We have 3 more months. So what were your financial goals and are you on track to hit them? Whether, it was pertaining to your savings, your taxes, what were your goals? Now, what I want to do right now is go over with you a financial checkup that we give our clients that work with us. People who work with us, this is what we go over with them to see where you are. And please, as we go through this, you want to make some notes, okay? Check in with yourself with your financial checkup, all right? And then give your Financial Fun Friday team a call so that we can assist you with it. So let's go over, we're gonna start first, Rita, with the, with the income. So I have it right here. I wear glasses, so I need it a little bigger, okay, you all? So do you have a written budget? First of all, everything on here, if you have a written budget, you can just number your paper, write yes, no, because you don't have the check boxes, okay? Now, if you want a copy of this, you can email us at request@yourabsolutionsinc.com. Please put in the subject line checklist challenge and put your name, because some of your emails, like, hey, I'm a, gentleman 123 doesn't have your name in it. Foxy lady, get up in the morning doesn't have your name in it. So include your name in your email and put checklist challenge in the subject and email us and we will get this to you. So
then just so you guys, just to keep within our time, we may not go over every single thing on this page, but know that you will have a copy of it. So just request it. But it's really important for you to do this checkup so that you can really know where you stand.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not going to go over everything, but I'm going to hit the highlights. And they're not even really the highlights, what jump out in my eyes. So, but the most important one, first and foremost, that's why it's number one, do you have a written budget for all of not only your bills, but things that pertain to you, like your hair, your nails, your groceries? Do you have a budget that details that, that's written, that you're not carrying around in your head and then calculating on a scratch sheet of paper on payday? And based on your budget, do you know how much income you need coming in now? And if you're close to retirement, in retirement. Rita, oftentimes, like I've been meeting with people since I've been back, and I ask them, like, hey, I'm ready to retire. That's why I'm in here. And then the first question I say is, well, how much money do you need in retirement? What's your income goal? Oh, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. Well, for those of you on here right now and that will watch later, what is your retirement income goal? If you want to have a comfortable retirement, how do you know you're going to be comfortable if you don't know how much money you're shooting for that you're going to need? So that's one thing. Then do you know all of your sources of income and how they're going to work together? Is your plan that you have means in there for inflation? Do you have a written retirement income plan? Do you know how each of your sources are going to be taxed? Those are just a few questions under the income. Have you taken an inventory of your household assets? What's in, what do you have? What's the balance? We know our Pepco, Rita, right? But we don't know what's in our 401ks, TSPs, different things, that are going to help us down the line. These are things that we need to know.
And I think this is so important because I met with a client yesterday, Darlene, and many people are still working because they just don't think they have enough. But the problem is that because they're just looking at a pool of income, and what we always talk about, retirement is not just about a pool of money. It really is about income, because that's what allows people to do what? Go to bed at night and wake up at peace, because they know that they have these streams of income that's going to allow them to live just as long as they need to, and their money to still be there. So I think that's important to understand as well.
Absolutely, it is. It absolutely is. And so let's jump down to another big one, Rita: medical and health care. Medical and health care. So I'm just going to read this off. If you are retiring before age 65, you have a major medical plan and coverage prior to Medicare. So if you're on here and you work for the government, you do. You have your FEHB plan, whatever provider you're with. Do you plan on taking Medicare Part B? Have you thought about that? Do you have a health savings account? Do you have a health care plan if your health changes in retirement? How are you going to account for your health changing? What if you need long-term care? What is your plan for that? And if that plan is a person taking care of you, have you informed them of their responsibilities?
But Darlene, you know me, I'm the one who always, my brain sometimes. Even before we get to retirement, based on the place where we are today, health-wise, you need to check to see if your plan, how do they deal with coronavirus? What happens if I get coronavirus? Because see, everything, God help me, right? Everything is just here, right? This is where we are. So look at your plan. What happens if I get it? Will you pay for it? If I want to get tested, go find out from your plan, because for the government workers that's on here, or for most people, open enrollment is coming soon. So you need to really do some research on your plan, see what it covers. So in case you need to shift to a plan that better suits your goal. It's no longer for us about retirement. our health is at stake, whether we 5 years old or 65 years old. So beginning to looking at when you think of this checklist, it's not just about retirement. As we said, it's a financial checkup. How will your health care impact you if you had a major sickness? Maybe it ain't even corona. Maybe it's cancer. Do you know what's in your family line? Look to see, does your health care, what happens with this? Darlene, first mother, had some financial challenges, not from her. It was just when she got cancer, and she said a pill was $400, her prescription. Like, who can afford that on a regular and consistent basis? So begin to look at it from a broader perspective too.
Absolutely. Rita, I'm glad you brought that up, because I know with my federal government clients specifically, because that's where I can speak from with firsthand knowledge, because my mother was a retired federal employee. And when I talk to people, they often feel that, hey, my government insurance is going to cover everything. And when I tell them about my mom's, how much she paid in prescription costs, $4,000 a year, before I say she didn't have insurance. Yes, she had the insurance. This was her share. When you are on medications, they have that formulary list and they say, hey, we'll pay this much. And then you have to pay the rest. And in retirement, when you are now, having to turn those pools of money that you have accumulated into an income stream, that's going to be very important, because that's a wrench that got thrown into her plan, having those excess healthcare costs. And then that eventually drove her to, we had to file bankruptcy because all of the other things. So that's important. And like Rita said, check your health plan, because new guidance is coming down where they are now, if you are not vaccinated, then you may have to pay an extra premium. I know that's going on at some of the private companies right now. They have to pay extra for different things for not being vaccinated. I don't know if the federal government is going to allow that, but hey, it's open season. So you have to ask these very important questions. Here's another question, write this down. If I have to go into a skilled nursing facility for care, and you're over 65 because you're in retirement, right? Does this health coverage cover the 20% that Medicare stops covering after I'm in there on the 21st day? You want to know that, because if they don't, that's a bill that's racking up for you while you're recovering. So
I think the thing, just Donna, you can go, you know me, but I think when you think of, she said about the whole vax and unvax, we're not saying go get vaccinated for your healthcare. What we're saying is looking at what you believe in, your goals and your values and your finances and the plans that you have must be in line with what you believe and how you feel. So if this is something, say, this is not what I want to do, then how do I now create my financial health plan to cater to my beliefs, or I do. And so sometimes we just need help to look at, okay, they won't, but now maybe I won't put so much over here. I need to put some in a separate plan for my healthcare, because that's what's important to you. And so we talk a lot about, for us, we're looking at your, the tools, the strategy, but more importantly, your goals have to align with both of those things. And that's what's important for us.
Yes. And Rita, we have someone on here, Miss Bird, said that, if you're diabetic, she went through a situation where they had to pay $2,000 for insulin. So, and as Rita said, hey, once you know the ins and outs of the plan, if you're going to be charged extra for this and that, it's just planning. You don't have to compromise on your values. You just have to have a plan in place to adjust and take care of the things that you now know you have to deal with. Advanced financial planning or estate legacy planning. Do you have a will? Do you have a trust? What's going to be going on if you pass away? How much taxes? And I'm not talking about estate taxes, because the estate tax threshold is like $5 million. But when you pass away, if you have assets, you're still dealing with your loved ones anyway, your heirs, federal and state taxes. because you live somewhere and you're going to have to file taxes again. Even in death, there's a final bill that's due. How are they going to get that? You have a will? Have you made provisions for them to pay for probate? Because it costs to go through probate. And that's why we're here as your financial resource and your community resource regarding finances. Give us a call. We can help you with all of this. Request this checklist. Request at Your AV Solutions Inc. Put financial checkup in the checklist challenge in the subject. Include your name and we'll get it to you. Because when you get this, if you can't check off that you have each of these things, then you need to give us a call so we can assist you with it. Your risk management. Okay. When you started working, your goals were one thing. Now you're mid-career, or at the end of your career. You know, how is your risk management changed? And I'm going to offer you this. If your risk profile is the exact same or very close to the same as when you first came, started working, which was growth, you were trying to get that money, you could be in the retirement danger zone because you have more at risk than you need to. So have you made changes? That's the very first question. And looked at your financial risk profile. How much are you comfortable with losing now that you 3 to 5 years out from, retirement, or 15 minutes from walking out the door because you're leaving at the end of this year?
Jenkins, can I add to that?
Yes.
I had a client who called me 2 weeks ago, right after the FEW conference. She was on the conference, but she was a client already. But she told me like a day or two later, she went to this thrift saving workshop. Hear me, I'm not putting down thrift saving the prayer. I just want you to hear. And she said, Rita, I was at the workshop and I got so excited. They told me I went back and I put all of my money in the CS&I because of, it can grow and I got 6 more years. And I asked her this question. I said, how much of your money are you willing to lose? This is a young lady who moved, she's 49, who moved all of her money into the CS&I. She told me she was not willing to lose nothing. And I'm baffled because now you've just taken all of your money and put it in a position that it could be lost, at least a part of it. And you tell me you don't want to lose anything. So when we go back, what I said a few minutes ago, I'm sorry, you guys, my battery's low, I had to plug up my laptop. So that's a classic example of somebody desires not equaling their actions. So her actions said one thing, what she wants says something else. So they're incongruent. And so when you think about your risk management, it is not what Darlene wants. It's not what your neighbor wants. It's what's going to make you comfortable and hit the goals that you want. So I think that's very important that we don't listen to something. You guys hear us today and you run off and go do something if you're not quite sure, which is why this checkup is here. But it's more important for you to be able to get the help so that you make a decision that you need for your financial destination.
Absolutely. And then let's start talking about taxes as we wrap this up. Are you working with a CPA? Are you doing your own taxes or you have a friend doing your taxes? Okay. Have you made provisions to help mitigate your taxes? Because guess what? In this new budget bill that's coming up, one of the things that is going to be eliminated for high income earners, and it's unfortunately may affect us middle class people as well, is changes to the Roth. And see, right now, you're able to help mitigate your future taxes because literally you all right now, taxes are on sale. They're on sale. I don't know how many of you realize, but December 31st, 2025, the taxes go back January 1st, 2026 to our 2017 tax brackets, which are higher than what we're paying right now. So they are on sale. And here at ABS, because we are weather forecasters, we look at things differently. We look at things from a macro perspective, meaning we're trying to save you taxes over your whole lifetime, not just this year in 2021, 2022. That's a micro approach. You see what I'm saying? So, even in a down market, that's a benefit for you. Because guess what? If you're trying to save taxes, that's less money you have to convert and pay taxes on. I'm just saying, it's just a different way of looking at things. So same thing with your estate. How are you going to help your heirs, your loved ones that, hey, you didn't get to use all your assets, so I want to pass it on to you. Some of you on here may not even need what you are accumulating, but you're still going to have to take those RMDs. What's your tax strategy for that? Taking money that you don't really need. Please, if you request this checklist challenge, this financial checklist challenge, go over it and reach out to us, 301-577-6340, especially if you already know you're going to be in a position where RMDs may be an issue for you. Because guess what? When you take those RMDs and you're taking Medicare Part B, that extra money could push you to the new threshold where now you have to pay more for your Medicare Part B premium. Medicare Part B goes according to your income. So all of this is important to understand. Rita?
No, just wanted to make sure everybody, I know some of you guys have sent us an email. We need you to send us an email with your email and your name, and we'll request it. It's just our system. So I know you sent us your email, but please go to that email, request@yourabsolutionsinc.com, and put your name and your email, and we will send it to you. Please request@yourabsolutionsinc.com. I put it in the chat box here on this live, and it's also in the Facebook chat box. So please click request at Your AB Solution, and boom, and we'll make sure we get this out to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you for hanging in here with us. We know we're running a little over because this is important. I'm glad you stayed because we have some upcoming events to help you address those issues on that checklist challenge. Guess what? We have some workshops that we're going to be doing. So this month, October the 19th and October the 21st, we're going to be having 2 workshops. These are going to be virtual. They're going to be online. The link to register, we'll send it out to everyone, will be up on Tuesday. Next Tuesday, the link will be up. So on the 19th, Tuesday, October 19th at 6 p.m., we're going to be hosting De-Risk Your Retirement. Then on Thursday, the 21st at 12 noon, we're going to be hosting How to Help Protect Yourself from the Ticking Tax Time Bomb. Now, these workshops are going to alternate. We'll do one in the evening. So as you can see in November, the Help Protect Yourself from the Ticking Tax Bomb, that's going to be in the evening on Tuesday, and De-Risk Your Retirement will be held at lunch. We're just trying to switch and modify in case you can get on during lunchtime. That's better for you versus the evening, but you'll have the option. But Rita, November the 5th at 10 a.m., your Financial Fun Friday team is going to be live and in person, and we are extending a personal invitation to you right now to come and join us live. Come and join us live November the 5th. We're going to be playing games. We're going to have some fun. There's going to be some prizes, some food. And yes, we are going to be social distancing. We're going to have our hand sanitizer. But guess what, you all? We're still going to have some fun. We want to see you. We want all of these names to pop off that screen, pop off of Facebook, and come and see us live. We can't hug your neck, but we can bump your elbow. So please come out. Yes. Yes.
And just don't, for all those that I know that you're in Nashville or South Carolina, we're going to still be live. So we're going to still be just like this, but we'll be live in the room where people can come by and see us. And we may even have a couple prizes that we can send to you as well as you participate. So we just wanted to know that, let you know that we're here and that we just like to see people. I know virtual, but y'all going to restaurants, you going places. So come on out to a Financial Fun Friday live event and have some fun with us. And just so you understand, you'll probably say, Rita, y'all teaching the same workshop for the rest of the year? we understand how important it is that you de-risk your retirement and how important taxes will really impact. When we say it's a ticking tax bomb, for many of our clients, the biggest part of their assets is in qualified retirement accounts, 401ks, thrift saving plans, IRAs. And for many people, taxes going up, it could be a major impact on what your retirement looks like. So it's important for us for this year to get out, because as we know, there are some legislative laws that are changing. And one of the things that change a lot is people's savings, especially their retirement savings. So you need to understand, what is that impact to your retirement? Because that's what we all working hard for 30, 40 years to get to a point that we can retire. We hate to get to that point and we're not in the know, and it totally changes what that looks like for us. So just in case you probably say they're doing the same thing over and over again, because we understand the repetition of learning is important for us to understand. So we don't have to come, but I wanted just to make that clear, to be like.
And once you come, and see, Rita, another thing too is when you attend the workshop, you're going to be like, oh my gracious, I should have told this person, I should have got this person on. Well, guess what? You can get them on because we're hosting it again. So when you come, bring some people with you. And every, the first time we do it, it may not be convenient for you in October, but hey, you're free in November, because we know this is the beginning of the fiscal year, and everyone is just, we know, it's really hectic at the beginning of the fiscal year. But as we wind down and you're going towards retirement, these are all things that you are going to want to know. Pass it on to your friends and family. Like I said, the links will be live on Tuesday. And because of social distancing, you want to register early for the live event because it is limited capacity. And yes, we will be checking temperatures, giving hand sanitizer, all of that. Like I said, we're going to have some food. There are going to be gloves there. No one, so we'll be serving it. It's going to be socially conscious and social distant. We are very aware of the pandemic. It's still going on. We want to keep you safe and we want to be safe. Right, Rita?
Yeah, but y'all gonna have to probably help me, because I'm probably gonna hug somebody. So y'all gonna have to help me. Gonna be like,
I'm a helper, you all.
Be like,
we'll all work together and help her. So these are the workshops coming up. And we just, want to make sure you are aware. And so as we always say, as we wrap up, planning is just bringing the future into the present so we can do something about it right now. Thank you, Mr. Alan Lakin, for letting us know that, giving us that bit of wisdom. And so we at Affordable Benefit Solutions, we are a full service financial solutions firm where we can help you in all areas of your financial planning, from retirement, estate, insurance, debt elimination. We help take you through our 5-step process, which is your financial destination plan. And what that means is that we address the questions that so many people have as they work and face retirement. Am I going to have enough? When can I retire? If I do retire, can I stay retired? And if something happens to me, is my family going to be okay? And once we walk you through that process, you're going to have the peace of mind of knowing, hey, I can have the type of retirement that I desire. So we handle all of that. So what's going to be right for you? It depends. Everyone is different. And that's why we want you to reach out to us so that we can help you map out a strategy to help you get your plan in place and together. So thank you so much for joining us. This is our team here. It's not just me and Rita. We have a whole team, and this isn't even everybody right here. But so you can know, it's more. Many of you call the office and you talk to that gentleman right there, Robert Bailey.
AKA Charlie. Yes, AKA he called us Charlie, and we his angels.
Yes, we are. Because Rita, we are angels. Absolutely, we're angels.
And just so, Darlene, just before we're about to end, but for those that are out of town and you want to come hang out with us, we're going to be at a hotel. So you can just get your room right there in the hotel. And our office is less than a half a block from it. So come on and hang out with us. You need a vacation. You need to come on to the DC area.
Yes, Paulette, we want to see you. Please come on. So, okay. So thank you so much, everybody. This is our address right here. We have moved to Suite 366. Thank you so much for joining us today. And when you come next time, bring someone with you. Any questions, everyone? Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. So glad to be back. And as I said, please check your emails because we are going to be sending out the link on Tuesday. All of the links will be up. You want to send it to all of your friends, family, co-workers. You need to get on here, pick a date and get on here. And again, register early because the Financial Fun Friday event is going to fill up. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Have a great weekend. It's going to be kind of nice. It's coming for us.
Yes, it is. The fall is here, Rita. It's coming. It's coming.